So we have learned how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide rational expressions. And now we're going to learn how to solve rational equations. So we now have an equal sign here. And this is a very basic rational equation rather. We have a rational expression on the left, and we can put this over 1 to get a rational expression on the right. And we can solve this by cross multiplying. You guys already know how to do this. We get over here 1x. Over here, set it equal to the other side, we get x equals 32. We need to check and see if we have any excluded values. We do not have any values that would make the denominator 0, so this is our final answer. That's the most simple problem you will see, so we'll do something a little bit more advanced. So here we have 2 over x plus 3 equals x over x squared minus 9. And we're going to do the same basic process. We would cross multiply. Over here we get 2 times x squared minus 9. Over here we get x times x plus 3. So we need to do some distributing here. So now we have one equation with no denominators. So now we can distribute and solve. So we get 2x squared minus 18 equals x squared plus 3x. And as you see, it's a quadratic, so now we need to get it equal to 0 so that we can solve. So we subtract x squared and subtract 3x, and we get x squared minus 3x minus 18 equals 0. And now we can solve that by factoring or quadratic formula. This one is actually easily factorable. It would be x minus 6x plus 3. And then we can solve, so this would be x equals 6 and x equals negative 3. So those would be our two solutions. Since we solved a quadratic, we usually get two solutions. However, we need to go back and look at our excluded values. So if we look at our excluded values, what makes x plus 3 equals 0? Well, that would be negative 3. So x cannot equal negative 3. Over here, we need to factor this, x minus 3, x plus 3. What would make that 0? Well, x cannot be 3 or negative 3. So here we have three excluded values, one repeating. So x cannot be 3 or negative 3. Well, one of our answers is negative 3. So we would actually cross that out because that cannot be a solution because this would make the function undefined if we plug in negative 3 here or over here. So our only answer for this problem is x equals 6. And I want to show you a shortcut in case you find that you have a problem with this is number 3. If you have a problem that has a common denominator. So if we have a common denominator, that's going to actually save us a lot of work. Because here we can just get rid of the denominators by just multiplying each side by x minus 2, which cancels out those denominators. So this makes this problem a lot easier. We don't have to go through all those steps, and instead we can just solve a linear equation, adding 1 to both sides, and we get x equals 5. Go back and look at our excluded value. Our excluded value would be x cannot equal 2, which doesn't conflict with our answer. So this would be our final answer.